Have you ever wondered why you wake up at 1 or 3 in the morning, feeling restless and tired, even when you didn't drink much water before bed? You're not alone. Millions of seniors experience this, waking up multiple times every night, blaming age, and feeling like nothing will change. But here's what most people don't realize. It's not just age. It's not just a weak bladder. It's actually simple, small habits, things you do every day without thinking, that are making your sleep worse. Think about your usual evening. Maybe you have a light dinner, drink a cup of tea to relax, maybe even enjoy a little soup. It all feels like part of healthy eating habits. But after 60, your body doesn't process these things the same way. Your body makes less vasopressin at night, the hormone that slows urine production while you sleep. That means your kidneys keep filtering fluids just like during the day. Your bladder gets fuller, faster. Even worse, the bladder becomes more sensitive. It sends wake-up signals to your brain, even when it's not truly full. This is why, even with small drinks and light meals, you wake up tired. But here's the good news. This is not something you have to live with. You don't need medications, and you don't need to suffer through it. You just need to understand how to work with your body's natural rhythm after 60. And once you do, peaceful, deep sleep comes back easier than you'd ever expect. Let's take a closer look at how common mistakes make your nights worse without you realizing it, and how to make a few easy changes that will help you rest properly again. As we age, our bodies naturally make less vasopressin at night, the hormone that helps you sleep without constantly needing the bathroom. That's biological. But most people unknowingly add fuel to the fire through daily habits. For example, many seniors stop drinking water during the day, thinking it will prevent nighttime urination. The problem? Dehydration triggers your kidneys to work harder in the evening, releasing bursts of urine just when you're trying to sleep. Others sip on herbal teas, warm milk, or light soup at 8 o'clock or 9 p.m., thinking it helps with relaxation. And sure it does, but it also fills the bladder with extra fluid right before bed. Worse, many of us have been trained to use the restroom just in case before we're going to sleep, which actually teaches the bladder to send urgent signals too early. Even foods you trust, like fresh salads and fruits at dinner or light evening snacks, can quietly cause extra trips to the bathroom. Foods high in water content, acids, or even mild diuretics like cucumber, watermelon, or green tea. These sound healthy, but they backfire at night. It's not that these things are bad. It's all about timing. You haven't been lazy. You haven't been careless. You simply didn't know what no one bothered to teach us. The same habits that served you well when you were younger might be silently sabotaging your sleep now. And the good news? Once you see the trap, it becomes easy to step out of it. You might be wondering, does this really work? Can these simple changes actually fix my sleep after all these years? Let me share some real stories from people just like you who once struggled through restless nights but found peace again without pills or complicated routines. Take Moan GI, a retired schoolteacher from Hyderabad. For years, he believed that waking up twice or 3 times each night was his new normal. He tried cutting down on water entirely, even experimented with sleep aids, but nothing worked. He constantly felt sluggish in the morning, like his body was running on empty. Then, one simple realization changed everything. It wasn't about drinking less. It was about drinking earlier. Moan shifted his water intake to before 4 p.m., skipped his evening cup of soup, and within a week, he was sleeping 5 uninterrupted hours for the first time in a decade. Then there's Sushilam Maji, 72, who enjoyed her calming ginger tea around 9 p.m., thinking it helped her unwind. But it turned out to be the quiet culprit behind her 2 a.m. wake-ups. With a gentle tweak, moving her tea time to 5:30 p.m., she experienced a remarkable turnaround. No medications, no drastic life overhaul, just understanding how timing could transform her rest. And Uncle Romesh from Nagpur had a habit that many seniors share, chugging a big glass of water before bed, thinking it would cleanse his system overnight. The outcome? 3 exhausting bathroom trips each night, with a small adjustment. Front-loading his water during the morning and sipping less in the evening, his sleep patterns changed dramatically. After just 2 weeks, Romesh was sleeping from 10 p.m. straight through to dawn. Stories like these reveal how much power we actually have, even after 60, to change how our nights feel. It's not magic. It's knowing which common habits are quietly causing problems, especially in the evening. Many seemingly harmless choices throughout the day end up sending the wrong signals to your bladder, your hormones, and even your nervous system. Some of these choices involve what we drink, but many also involve what we eat, when we eat, and the patterns we follow at night without thinking twice. And when you really understand the science behind these common routines, you realize how small adjustments can ripple into bigger, calmer nights. So let's walk through the everyday habits that unknowingly drain your energy, disrupt your rest, and keep you stuck in a cycle of fatigue. And most importantly, let's break them down so you can start changing them right now. So many of these sleep problems come from simple, daily habits, small things you never thought twice about, but that quietly disturb your rest. When we line them up, it's easier to see exactly where the problem comes from, and even easier to fix. Let's walk through 5 of the most common traps that turn peaceful nights into a frustrating cycle of wake-ups, starting with the least harmful and building up to the most dangerous. At number 5, we have the innocent-looking evening salad. Salads are healthy, no doubt rich in fiber, low in calories. But here's the catch. Many raw vegetables like cucumber, tomatoes, lettuce, and even citrus dressings are extremely high in water content. When you eat them close to bedtime, all that water slowly fills your bladder while you sleep. They also tend to be slightly acidic, which can irritate the bladder lining, especially in older adults. This leads to a lighter, more disturbed sleep and unnecessary wake-ups. Moving those fresh salads to lunchtime and switching to lightly steamed vegetables for dinner makes an immediate difference in how your body feels overnight. Number 4 goes to that relaxing cup of evening tea or milk. Many people, after dinner, enjoy a cup of ginger tea, chamomile tea, or turmeric milk to unwind. It's comforting, it feels healthy, but the truth is it's another late fluid load on your kidneys and bladder. Herbal teas and warm milk sound harmless, but they still contain enough liquid to activate the bladder within a few hours. Even worse, some herbal teas act as mild diuretics, making you produce more urine than you normally would. Shifting your calming drinks to the late afternoon, around 4 to 5 p.m., can allow you to enjoy their benefits without ruining your night's rest. At number 3, we have the just-in-case bathroom trip before bed. It seems logical. Empty your bladder before sleep to avoid waking up later. But this habit teaches your bladder the wrong lessons. Over time, your bladder becomes overly sensitive, sending you false signals when it's barely half full. The fix? Trust your natural signals. Only visit the restroom when you genuinely feel the urge, not out of habit or routine. This strengthens your bladder's ability to hold fluid longer, reducing those early wake-ups. Number 2 belongs to evening soups and watery meals. Just like tea and salads, soups and light broths in the evening quietly pile up fluid in your system. Many seniors think a light soup will be easy to digest before bed, but the body processes it the same way as water. It fills the bladder when you're supposed to be resting. It's not about removing these meals, but changing when you enjoy them. Soups, thin dals, brothy stews. Enjoy these at lunch or early evening before 6 p.m., so your body has time to filter and empty before bedtime. And finally, the number 1 silent habit. The biggest hidden trigger behind those exhausting nighttime wake-ups is drinking large amount of water between 7 and 9 p.m. Many people try to catch up on hydration after dinner, thinking it'll help digestion or flush out toxins. But the truth is, the kidneys naturally slow down after sunset, and the body prepares to rest, not to process extra fluids. By drinking too much in the late evening, you force your kidneys to stay active, your bladder to fill up faster, and your sleep cycle to break. Instead, front-load your hydration. Drink 60 to 70% of your daily water intake before 4 p.m. and taper down after that, especially after dinner. These 5 habits seem harmless because no one told us how much the timing of food and drink matters after 60. It's not just about what you eat. It's when you eat. Your body's rhythm shifts as you age, your hormone levels change, and your digestion slows down. Supporting your body means adjusting to this rhythm, not fighting it. By making small shifts in when you hydrate, when you eat certain foods, and how you listen to your bladder, you create space for your body to rest the way it was always meant to. And once these small adjustments start working, you'll notice something incredible. Mornings don't feel heavy anymore. Your head feels clearer, your body feels stronger, and that sense of being constantly drained starts to disappear. But there's even more you can do, because fixing the mistakes is just the first half of the equation. To truly rebuild long, peaceful nights, it's equally important to introduce positive, senior-friendly habits that help your body stay calm through the night without any effort. Let's move straight into these calming routines that protect your sleep without medicine or strain. After clearing out those silent habits that wreck sleep, the next step is just as important: building new routines that actually support your rest. These are easy, low-effort habits that work with your body's natural rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep without having to fight your own biology. Start by front-loading your hydration. Aim to drink around 70% of your daily water intake before lunch, another 20% between lunch and 4 p.m., and only the smallest amount after that. This way, your kidneys aren't working overtime when they should be resting. Even if you feel thirsty after 6 p.m., try sipping just enough to feel comfortable. Small sips, not big gulps, especially when taking medication in the evening. Then, shift your evening meals to gentler choices. Skip heavy soups and salads, and focus on lightly steamed vegetables, grilled proteins, or a small portion of easy-to-digest grains like oats or soft rice. This keeps your digestion calm, avoids bloating, and reduces unnecessary bladder stimulation at night. Movement during the day plays a huge role, too. A simple morning walk helps your body release fluid that builds up in the legs, meaning less urine pooling back into the system when you lie down. Even a short session of light stretches or leg lifts from your chair makes a difference. Before bed, spend a few minutes breathing deeply, calming your nervous system. A gentle massage over your lower belly in clockwise motions helps relax your bladder and settle your body into sleep mode. Lying on your left side at night reduces pressure on the bladder and improves circulation, leading to deeper, more peaceful rest. And these calming routines are not about adding extra work. They're small tweaks that restore the body's balance. The beauty of this approach is you don't need drastic changes or medications, just a soft, steady rhythm that allows your body to relax fully. When these habits become part of your day, you'll notice how natural it feels to enjoy calm, undisturbed nights again. And with these new routines in place, it's time to bring all this knowledge together so you fully understand why your body reacts this way after 60 and how to respect it for healthier, longer-lasting sleep. All of these adjustments, hydration, timing, mindful eating, gentle movement, work together because they respect how your body naturally changes after 60. As we age, hormones shift, muscle tone decreases, and nerve signals become more sensitive, especially around the bladder and kidneys. This is completely normal, not a sign of weakness or failure. The real issue comes when we keep using the same routines from our younger years without understanding these natural changes. Your body, in many ways, is still your greatest ally. It doesn't need complicated diets or pills to perform better. It simply needs you to listen, giving your body water when it can use it, moving during the day to prevent fluid buildup, eating in a way that reduces nighttime stress. All of this teaches your body to relax, to process naturally, and to rest the way it was designed to. By learning these small truths and applying them gently, you take back your nights without frustration, you reclaim mornings without fogginess, and most importantly, you gain back your sense of control, something every person deserves, no matter their age. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What part of this story connected with you most? Have you noticed certain habits affecting your sleep without realizing it? Share your experience in the comments below, because sometimes a simple story can help someone else who's struggling in silence. And if you're planning to try these small changes, type HOPE in the comments. You might just inspire another person to rediscover their peaceful nights too. All of these adjustments, hydration, timing, mindful eating, gentle movement, work together because they respect how your body naturally changes after 60. As we age, hormones shift, muscle tone decreases, and nerve signals become more sensitive, especially around the bladder and kidneys. This is completely normal, not a sign of weakness or failure. The real issue comes when we keep using the same routines from our younger years without understanding these natural changes. Your body, in many ways, is still your greatest ally. It doesn't need complicated diets or pills to perform better. It simply needs you to listen, giving your body water when it can use it, moving during the day to prevent fluid buildup, eating in a way that reduces nighttime stress. All of this teaches your body to relax, to process naturally, and to rest the way it was designed to. By learning these small truths and applying them gently, you take back your nights without frustration, you reclaim mornings without fogginess, and most importantly, you gain back your sense of control, something every person deserves, no matter their age. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What part of the story connected with you most? Have you noticed certain habits affecting your sleep without realizing it? If you're planning to try these small changes, type 1 in the comments.